All right, so I wanted to make a quick video for you guys so you know what exactly to say when you're promoting the push and how to get people committed to either 3K, 6K, or 10K Alliance. So promoting the push in the division meeting is super, super simple. I'll send you a script, but there's some key points that you want to mention as you're talking to your teams in the next couple days. So first of all, when you're talking to them about SC2, the first question you want to ask them is, what do you know so far about SC2 or the push? Whatever response they give you, just you're going to say the following, and this is in the script that I'll send you. It says, well, just to give you an idea of how huge the SC2 push is, last year our office sold 200,000 for last year. Office sold $1.1 million for the year, and we sold 200,000 of that just during the summer alone. And our office sold 600. Hold on, I'm saying that wrong. So the first number you give them is what we sold for the year, which is 1.1 for our office, and we sold 641,000 of that just during the summer alone, and our office sold 200,000 during SC2 push alone. So 30% of our entire summer sales happened, during these 2 weeks. Our summer is pacing now towards an SC2 push that Vector marketing has never experienced, in our office will be responsible for over $400,000 in sales for the SC2 push. As a business owner and a coach, my job is to scout talent and assemble not just a starting lineup, but to assemble a group of all-stars to lead the starters. Every year for SC2, we assemble 3 groups called the Alliance. We have our 3K, 6K, and 10K Alliance. Each district manager searches and interviews to select the best of the best to personally coach a group of Alliance members to achieve a minimum of 10K for the $10,000 Alliance within our 16-day push period. Last year, we organized a group of 20 or 15 individuals, and as an Alliance, they're responsible for over 150,000 in sales for the push. This group alone was responsible for 80% of the entire team push. And the Alliance members will average, $5,000 to $7,000 in sales each. If they're on, any Alliance. Their income ranged from, $1,500 to $5,000. And actually, on the high end, one of our guys earned over $6,000 during those 16 days. Not only did they sell a lot of Cutco though and make a lot of money, a lot of our top people ended up being assistant managers, branch managers, or district managers. And for some of you that weren't with us last summer, a good example to say is, hey, look, I performed in push number 1. I think about like John Austin and Joe and Matthew, who were on Limonite, and even those of you who weren't, who were still able to give your push report. It's like, look, I was able to give my push report on the last conference, and now I'm actually a team leader, with Cutco. So not only was I able to sell a lot and make a lot of money, but I was able to advance quickly because of my push performance. And the reason I'm talking with you now is I think you have what it takes to be an all-star and could possibly be an amazing, fill-in-the-blank Alliance member. 3K, 6K, 10K, whichever one you think is going to be best for them. And if you're not sure, you can ask them, which one they'd be most excited about. So here's how to explain each Alliance and what the expectations are for 3K, 6K, and 10K. So if somebody's going to be a part of the 3K Alliance, what's expected of them is that they do $1,500 a week in sales. So they'd be at $3,000 for the push. That's 6 sales, which is 10 demos, which means that they schedule 12 throughout the whole 17 days, which is about 2 a day for 6 days during the push. That's about $400 to $900 in income. And they have to come to the office to at least 2 Alliance meetings a week. So that's 4 Alliance meetings at 7 a.m. within those 2 weeks. 6K Alliance is $3,000 a week in sales. That's 12 sales, which is 15 demos, which means they schedule 18, and that's 3 a day for 6 days during the push. That's $1,000 to $3,000 in income, and they have to come to at least 4 Alliance meetings a week during the push. Then for 10K Alliance, that's $5,000 a week. That's 20 sales, 24 demos a week, 4 a day for 6 days during the push. and the income opportunity is $2,000 to $5,000 during that push period. Now, if somebody is excited about being on the 10K Alliance, that's obviously a commitment to being here every single day during those 16 to 18 days at 7 a.m. And you need to get them to come talk to me ASAP. So they should send me a text message today. That way I can get a PC with them and set up their schedule. Okay. Now, no matter what alliance somebody commits to, 3K, 6K, or 10K, we want to invite everybody to our alliance meetings tomorrow, Tuesday. So Kathy actually just opened up Alliance Bootcamp tomorrow for 3K, 6K, or 10K Alliance members. 11 to 1 is the training, and that is the leadership and mentality training, which I highly suggest every Alliance member be at. And then we have a break, and then from 2 to 7, we're rolling with sales tips from some of the best in our division. So as you're talking to your people, today for your evening round of calls with them, it's just like, hey, by the way, have you heard about SC2? Give them the little rundown, and I'll send you that script. And then figuring out, so which one, would you be most excited about? Would you be most excited about making $400 to $900 in income and being on our 3K Alliance? Would you be excited about, $500 to or $1,000 to $3,000 in income and being on our 6K Alliance? Or do you want to hang with the big dogs and go for $2,000 to $5,000 in income during these next 17 days? And by the end of the night tonight, I want to know, who's going to be on what alliance, and then inviting them and saying, so originally Kathy only had, the Tuesday meeting open to those who were going to be on the 10K Alliance, but we actually were able to get some extra seats available at the meeting. So now we are able to invite 3K and 6K Alliance members. It's going to be an amazing event. And if they say they have demos, I tell them, hey, honestly, if I were you, I'd reschedule your demos to have one right before the meeting and maybe even a couple right after the meeting, because the meeting's over at 7, so they can still do like a 7:30 or 8 o'clock depending on how far away it is, and they can still knock out a 9:30 or 10 p.m. if they have somebody that's a little bit later. But what I tell them if I were you is just like, honestly, I'd reschedule them because the value you're going to gain from the meeting is so much more than the money you're going to make on just 2 demos. Imagine if I told you you'd make thousands of dollars coming to this meeting versus the $100 to $300 you'll make going to the next 2 demos. That's the mentality you kind of want to instill in them, is reschedule their demos and come to the meeting. I promise you, if you get your kids to this meeting, they're going to sell Cutco this weekend. There's like no way that's not going to happen. So a quick shout out, to Austin's team, who's at around $5,000 for the week. He'll finish up at $7,000, who's pacing towards a 10K week next week, 20K the next week. And also quick shout out to JD, who just got an order in this morning and is going for a grand day, as well as Stacy. And keep working hard. So proud of you guys. You're doing an excellent job. But let's make sure we're getting people confirmed for either 3K, 6K, or 10K Alliance and getting them to the 10K Alliance or the Alliance Bootcamp tomorrow. And then even more importantly is getting people to division meeting next Monday. Every single person on our team should be at division meeting next Monday, meaning we should have between 80 and 100 people with us at the division meeting. So just make sure that you guys are talking to your teams. And are you looking to turn those in? Just go in that room over there. Okay. So just make sure that we are talking to our teams today. Please do not only text your teams, get live calls with them. That's what works, okay? Live calls. And if for whatever reason they don't pick up the phone and they haven't in the last couple days, tomorrow morning on our team leader video that I'll be sending out, I'll teach you guys how to call their references so we can get their kits back or get them in for a PC, because if not, then we're not going to have them around for very long. So let's just make sure we're getting in touch with everybody on our team, and I need a list of 3K, 6K, and possible 10K Alliance members. Cool? I will talk to you guys soon.